I don't think.
It's crazy. There's a Democratic senator in America that's calling for the U.S. to give Israel anything it needs in support of its assault against Iran.
Is that Senator Fetterman?
Yeah, it's crazy that he's a Democrat thing.
Tell me,
Fetterman's the only logical one.
Harry, you have anyone today in the, I would say, the leadership of America who have any sympathy to Iran?
Yes, yes, yeah, exactly.
ראיתי את הוידאו הזה, הוידאו הזה זה רמת גן, אבל זה לא... שנייה, הוידאו הזה זה רמת גן, זה לא תל אביב, אתה טועה. גרב, זה איפה שיש לכודים עכשיו ברמת גן, זה הבניין הזה.
כן?
כן, זה לא רמת גן.
אוקיי, אז אני יודע איפה זה, בסדר, לא, כי מישהי שלחה לי, ועכשיו זה מסתדר לי, נכון.
Did something hit in Ramat Gan?
Yes. One building.
Is that the building you were talking about before?
That's right. People
לא,
trapped.
האישה אותו
Oh,
במצב
people are
קשה.
trapped.
Two severely injured. Out of point.
And then a woman.
What do they mean by severely injured, though? Like, how bad is the injuries? Do you know?
No. They say, in Hebrew, they say, I'm not sure I translate.
Critical?
קשה.
No.
אומרים קשה.
Kasa is like easy.
No. Easy?
Critical is they're going to die.
I don't know what's like that. It's the third level. קל, בינוני, קשה.
יש גם קריטיקל.
Yeah, critical.
It's,
Critical
Yeah, that
is...
sounds like
Critical's the worst.
Yeah, קריטיקל זה אנוש.
How do we triage? How we learning?
What? What did you say, Danny?
Triage?
what says it?
What about triage? Triage is an emergency room, right?
That's how they sort people.
איתן כאן. נקריא את איתן.
You got me on.
See, I say the name and they come. That's what happens. I do magic.
Who comes?
I mentioned you, Eitan.
איתן, יש פה אנשים שרוצים ללמוד עברית, אז...
The hard, the seriously injured. This is how it's called in the US.
Serious? It's before critical.
Yeah,
Alright, so seriously is not necessarily life-threatening, but treatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Like
said they're
broken
trapped,
legs,
right?
broken arms, broken
Yeah.
bone.
So people in my building,
בזירה יש לכבודים, כן.
people in my building's WhatsApp group, they're asking if the windows are smashed because they're worried about their cats. Unbelievable.
Well, what about where you are? You okay?
Talk about locations or something?
No, not where the bombs landed, I think. But at this point, if everybody's
Yeah.
hearing it, it's already on the news.
Okay, because I heard someone say to avoid something or talking about something.
yeah.
אחד במאשרים שיש לכלוך רדיואקטיבי איפה שהורדנו.
תגיד באנגלית.
לא רוצה,
רגע,
לא
wait, in Hebrew so I will understand. רגע, מה אמרת?
The IDF confirms that it was a nuclear site where we bombed.
And
Radioactive.
there's nuclear waste in the area. Saba confirmed it, not the IDF.
sorry.
מה זה שם? אני לא מבינה על מה אתה מדבר.
סוכנות האנרגיה האטומית הבינלאומית,
נו.
אז הם אישרו שיש לכלוך רדיואקטיבי באזור שם.
איזה אזור?
באחד מהמתקנים שפגענו בהם.
באיראן. אוקיי. אנחנו מדברים על נפילות פה בארץ, פתאום אומרים את זה, חשבתי שאולי באחד
סבא אישרו
הנפילות האלה.
שבמתקן ההעשרה גרעינית שפגענו באיראן, יש לכלוך רדיואקטיבי.
אוקיי.
יש אינדיקציות לכלוך רדיואקטיבי.
היי חברים.
היי חברים. מה שברה?
שלחתי? ג'לו, אני שלחת לך, ג'לו.
איפה, אינסטגרם?
כן.
למה הם צורכים פה משוגעים מאחורה?
Rate me on a scale from 1 to 10, but first,
לא,
take
זה
a good
הצלחה
look.
רצינית שם. מישהו...
בחורה צריך.
What? Why 3?
Maybe a little taller the last couple times.
But that was rude.
Keeping it real, honey.
זה כזה טוב. חנה.
Lee.
כן.
Holy shit.
What?
What the hell was that yelling? Is that somebody yelling who's making the video?
It's not yelling. It's morning. Morning?
Oh
What
my
do you
god.
say?
Yeah.
Morning.
אבל את לא מתארת את זה, לא מבינים אותך.
It looks like July 4th. It's crazy.
חנה, ראית סרטון?
יש עניין.
Originally, in the
I'm
first
watching
script,
one
we
of the
didn't
live
have any
feeds of Tehran,
dialogue
and it looks like the
he was an animated character throughout the picture. But then we
It looks like they're
rewrote the
finding cameras
script
in the
that
room
really
right now.
had quite a bit of
Finding
dialogue
cameras
for
and what?
explanatory
The live
reasons.
feeds in
And so
Tehran,
we
it looks
used
like the
a real
IRGC
actor. We
is
got Neil
finding them and
McCartney,
removing them. I see
who had a
people
very
that coming
strong
towards the live
face
feed now.
as a basis,
Wow.
and Coleman Arthur
Where's Dan?
the
Dan
They're
was
supposed to be
makeup
here
on
recording,
him
but they
to make
hide
him
them all
look
over the
like
place.
the small
in the live
character
Yeah.
that was animated. It was very important that there was an alteration
Dan?
between the animated character and the
What he's saying is that, like, if they're coming
in,
in,
with the animated character, so that you actually saw this animated character with a tail and a cloven hoof all over the water,
I asked you, are you still seeing the,
and that was quite a difficult
are you
scene
still seeing things flying
to
over
match
where you
every
are?
frame so that it looked like they were struggling in the swamp.
Missiles on Israel.
Original
I did not see anything.
Yeah, I have both Iran and Israel feed up at the same time. I'm trying to watch both countries. I'm expecting that Israel probably will retaliate. I don't see why they.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't
We
worry.
didn't even start yet. Let me tell you that.
Oh no, it's just the beginning of the operation. They're about to find They're about to find out. It's FAFO.
Oh yeah.
Iran today in the morning they say that they're going to announce that this is a war. They didn't do it yet.
Like World War III or war Iran on Israel like it
A
hasn't
war.
been?
Israel, Iran, I don't know, just a war.
And then
Not
start on
a, not
October
a,
7th.
I was wondering if this
No.
war starts, does this
No.
count as World War III, or do we need one more participant country? Is it like, or is it it?
No, it's not going to be wrong.
if it's only Israel and Iran, no, but I'm sure that there's going to be a bigger mess.
Like what?
So
Who do you
it
think is
will
going to
be-
get involved?
More countries, Arab countries, then they will go against each other and then against us, and it's going to be a mess. This is going to be a third world.
יש פוטנציאל לשני המטחים שברו מאיראן פחות מ-100 טילים ורובם יורטו.
I mean, it's Pakistan, India, Iran, Israel, Ukraine, Russia. I'm not sure. I mean, that's a large war front line that goes from north to south.
A lot more
Wait,
than you know.
say it again.
India, Pakistan, Israel, Iran, Russia, Ukraine. So that's a line that goes 1,000 miles south, just a war front.
There's much more than
Keeps
that.
people busy, just a lot of nuclear weapons involved in this thing, so. Or nuclear warheads at least.
If it's not World War III, then if World War III does happen, this will be the beginning of World War III. So it determines if we have it or not.
What mentioned Australia and New Zealand?
There's much more wars in the world going on right now that you're not aware of. In Africa, there's so many, and
You're right. Those are just conflict. I mean, between like the main Axis powers and NATO allies.
well, Israel and Palestine is also a conflict, but it became a war, so everything can happen. I believe that this is the beginning of the third war. Definitely. Mark my words.
Yeah, I think once China and the U.S. get involved, that's it. That's determination at that
It's a
point.
good thing I live on an island, a bad thing I live on an island. At this point.
Or is this the beginning of World War III?
שמתי במקרה את שתי האוזניות באוזניים, ופתאום נהיה לי כזה, לא שמעתי את הסביבה שלי, אז חשבתי שהלך לי החשמל.
אורלי, תפסיקי, מה הכל? זה מבלבל אותך.
כן, אני יודעת, אני אעשה.
מה שתית, אורליה?
מים.
שותה וויסקי, בלילות.
יותר מדי.
לא שתיתי כלום היום. נה 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 נה. איפה מאור? איפה אמנון?
אני פה. איך זה לראות את זה מרחוק?
מה, ראיתי את זה בשמיים, אתה יודע. רואים את זה מכאן.
מה סימס לי שראית את זה?
כן, אחי, ראיתי פתאום חליות פיצוצים בשמיים. תראה, בוא, אני אתן את זה מאוד קל, כן? בפעם הקודמת שהם ירו, אני יודע, באפריל, מתי זה היה, הייתי באיזה מקום על החוף, עם חברים, וראינו את הטילים האלה יורדים לכיוון ישראל.
What up, James?
מה זה אחרי כמה דקות? פתאום אני רואה...
They're the ones that are funding. They're the ones that are telling Qatar to go fund the Hamas.
I'm talking about Hezbollah.
Yeah, no, really. I don't think they want a regime change in Iran, because so long as that regime is there, they use it to convince the Saudis to like team up together or whatever the fuck. They use it as like the boogeyman in the area.
Yes.
It's a good argument, but I think they would be pushing for like a sort of collapse of that regime at least. Yeah, in the same sense they did it to Saddam. Saddam
was a genuine threat.
Saddam was not a genuine threat.
Yes, he was.
I don't think Iran is a genuine threat to the Arabs in general, but no, I do generally believe.
No, to Israel, not to the Arabs.
No, yeah, to the Israelis, they are also a threat to some extent, not as much as Saddam. But nevertheless, they want to see a collapse of that state, which they see is actually highly, in some sense, in contrast to many of the Arab countries, actually doing something, like in terms of nuclear energy, in terms of science, in terms of weapon, making weapons and whatnot.
Yeah, but they don't want an actual regime change. They just want the regime to be
want a regime. Then they made it very clear to America multiple times, like, yes, we want regime change in Iran. They want...
I don't believe it.
And they wanted, Bani Adam, they also want it to happen through like in a certain destructive way. They basically they would appreciate a civil war happening in Iran, or essentially appreciate the minorities seeking independence from Iran, especially the ones in Ahwaz, for example, the Arabs and whatnot, or the Azeris, because those areas are very, very rich in resources and contain some of the important nuclear sites for Iran. So these are things that Israel would kind of dream about, because that would mean weakening Iran to a great extent that they would just forget about like trying to rival Israel or trying to like develop weapons and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but then you lose your boogeyman. How do you keep the Khalijis on your side?
Because the U.S. independently blinded. Khalijis need America far more than America needs them.
Yeah, that's true, but the Khalijis won't need America as much without an Iraq there.
Yes, but regardless, the fact is, if you get rid of Iran, Saudi Arabia says, oh, we want to make war with jihad, or make a jihad against Israel.
Well, no, I'm not saying that they're going to go to that extent, but they're going to be more independent. They're not going to need to spend as much on the military. They can spend more on developing their own infrastructure. This is all bad for Israel.
Yeah, but as long as they just develop infrastructure, right?
I'm talking about like nuclear infrastructure as well.
Okay, I mean, yes, but if that were the case, it would probably be just... I mean, this is really Israel's end goal. This is the only way it can survive. Regime change after regime change after regime change. So, the real question with Israel how long is the American public willing to fund regime change after regime change after regime change? Are they willing to do it forever? I say probably not.
I think they have 2 more generations at the most.
If even this whole extreme reaction, it's not really anything on the Iranian side is extreme. They're not really going to do much more than they've always done. It's the Israeli reaction that's extreme, because they feel that their time is ticking. That the days of America supporting regime change after regime change might soon be numbered, if even they already.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I still think that they want to keep the Iranian regime in charge. They just want them severely beaten, right? So not be able to do certain things, but still be around to at least pretend to be a threat to the Gulf, like Tunisia.
They'll just create another threat.
They'll create another.
The thing is too.
What's the other thing? Ahmed al-Shari'i, yani? I mean, yeah, maybe Turkey, but Turkey is harder to create a threat out of because they're a NATO country.
They're in NATO, yeah.
The thing is too, the reason why Israel's not going full-out war and destroying the...
E a melhor é a fórmula para fazer o relacionamento. Tá certo. Eu acho que tem.
As black people,
Oh, shit.
You know, what
Are we gonna take another 400?
created a situation of warfare where you are literally violating these people's civil rights.
Too many skunks on the app.
Sure.
Da, non te chiedo se
As soon as you
היא
start,
אמרה את זה עם המיקרופון פתוח כפרה.
Oh, shit, I know. Don't tell me out here.
סבבה.
as when you started talking, we were like, oh my god, turn your music, Michael.
Thank you.
You're taking
Yeah, she started shouting to you.
Off, I'm such an idiot.
מקצועית.
SDR? אותי? אני אפילו לא יודעת מה זה SDR, סורי על הבורות. כי אתה דיברת עליי, לא?
לא, הוא דיבר על ג'יילו.
על ג'יילו?
למה אתה עובד עם שוק אמריקאי? יש לך אומץ, יש לנו חיות על אמריקה. מה, רוס, מה קרה? משחק, בגלל שהייתי לך... עכשיו אתה רוצה לשחק 10:52 בלילה כפרה? מה השיגעון? A friendship that woke up and wants to play, he doesn't care about anything. Up until not too long ago, we had 2 dogs. Now the dog is already in Israel. They're moving back. And he's bold as fuck on his own.
Huh?
יש 2 כלבים. אחד מהם כבר המשיך חזרה בארץ.
זהוס? לא זהוס, איך קראו לו?
יש לי ארוס ויש לי צ'ופי.
ארוס. רגע, מה זה?
זוס אצל יניב, שותף שלי שעבר בעסקים, יחד עם אצלו, יש לו אפילפסיה, אי אפשר להפריד ביניהם, קשה מאוד. ויניב ואני לא מדברים יותר.
די.
כן.
אלם.
היו צרות יותר גדולות, לא ראית שנפלו טילים מקודם תל אביב?
לא, פספסתי.
רגע.
Dan, I sent you a message.
Yeah, I'm just,
Okay.
Very weird, I don't see the message though. Wait, let me click on it.
That's happening all day to me.
I saw it coming and disappeared, but I went on your profile and I just clicked, hit message, so it opened it. Oh, for sure.
Jayla, just so you know, you sound very professional.
You'd be shocked to hear me at my job.
What do you do, bro?
Give us an
Show us your voice. Give us the example.
I can't. I can't give myself away.
No,
What do you
I'm
do,
not
bro?
saying what you do. I'm just saying, you know how we have to put on that other voice?
Said, hey, how you doing today? Thanks for giving me a call. I was looking over your profile and I thought, you look like a really professional person. I'm just paraphrasing here, so I don't give away.
Yeah. No, don't talk to me.
So yeah, do you have a little bit of time today to get on a phone call? We can, talk a little bit more and, yeah, not a problem. How's it going?
the salesman.
Oh yeah.
Are you selling the insurance?
I do that when I go to conferences. I wear a different personality.
You have to.
Completely yeah, oh yeah. I go to conferences, as soon as I'm about to walk in, just like in my profile photo, I put the hat back and I high five my business partner. I'm like, okay, let's get it on, that's it.
I was saying the mayor of my town, I know him personally, and like we were playing, we had a poker game at the shul, and I sat next to him.
Poker game at the shul?
Yeah, well, for charity. So this guy comes over and says, excuse me, are you the mayor? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I have a complaint. I go, oh shit, the guy's trying to play cards. He goes, yeah, how can I help you? I am the mayor. He goes, well, during the Sandy storm, I had no electricity. So the mayor whispers in my ear, he goes, what does he think, I'm God? I didn't have electricity either. Right? But he has such a different voice in person, and then you see him on TV giving his mayor speeches, and he sounds like J.F. Kennedy. He's like, oh, welcome today. I'm like, wait, that's not the voice I play cards with.
Yeah, it's a completely different person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Does it come in shorts?
To play cards?
Yeah.
Does he come in shorts, you said?
Yeah.
No, he actually
Or
can't.
anywhere. When it's personal life.
Yes, but on TV he looks like he's a professional politician.
Alright, that's fair enough.
But even a different voice. It's like you're not talking to the same person. I'm like, wait, he's like human when I speak to him, and now he's
This formal politician and has to speak in a certain way.
Yeah. Certain voice. You're right.
If you go into the hood, they will say, oh, you're speaking like a white person.
Yeah. Oh, that just happened in another room. I was fighting with two Arab guys and a few minutes ago in another room, and they were like, you're so white, do you want to suck my toes? And I said, no, go on Google, and you can Google suck my toes and go pay for it, motherfucker.
What the fuck?
One lady got in critical condition on their way to the hospital, medicine hospital. They're fighting for her life. One lady got injured in critical condition.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there was one building that got hit, and there were people that the thing collapsed on the 10th story building. And they don't say, well, they do say where it is. Give me a second. But this building partially collapsed. So they have people trapped in under the wreckage.
I don't want to say the city I think that it's in, but I think it's the same city that we saw the other damage in. We saw three missiles come down there.
Yeah. It's that area for sure.
It's our area. It's where he lives. I mean, not in this specific place.
I say if you can just share his location in the chat.
No, just say this is the city.
J-Lo.
The city is from.
The problem and the solution once again.
So I'm going to say
just like the terrorists.
Hold on, Finley. Hold on. So I'm going to say this. So I don't know if you guys have seen the news, but this one's amazing me that people that haven't did it. In Houston, or in Texas in general, they just arrested like 205 fucking guys. I think there's a few girls tossed in there. Like multiple people in a child sex trafficking string, right? And so this is looking at the stats of this. So they caught these guys, right? Now there was protests against in some of these places of the arrest, like people saying, "Oh no, you can't do that because people can't distinguish FBI and fucking all these other agencies from ICE, and they don't know what the fuck is going on. But they did this in Houston. It's one of the largest sting operations ever, and they caught it, and there's going to be some jail time, and there's more people to get arrested from it. Hats off to the men and women who worked that case. Now, what's ironic is there was 108 kids saved. 108 kids saved. Out of those kids, a large percentage were, guess what? Smuggled across the fucking border. So these kids were used as sex toys, while your bleeding heart is like, oh, the poor kid in the court had to go through a translator with headphones on. I'm going to say, yeah, there's still about 300,000 kids missing in this fucking country that we're aware of were smuggled over the border. And we're still trying to find them. We've got 108. You care, like, how else do you want the courts, people that want to deal with this? The kid had a translator on. The judge was talking through it. He had headphones on so that he could speak to the translator and understand what was being communicated back. And the kids do have to answer questions because, unfortunately, and this is going to, case in point, we have a problem in this country where we have degenerates that are allowed to go out there and purchase a fucking child from across the border as if they're ordering a burrito from fucking Taco Bell.
We're on the same team, Brad. I just want to say, yeah, we're on the same team, baby. I hear you because the two things can be right at the same time. In this case, we're on the same team. You know.
Yeah,
it's sorry.
Yeah, my heart ain't bleeding for criminals, right? I'm talking about workers. I was talking about workers.
Exactly.
I'm also talking about families. Like, I understand that there's child traffickers, and I'm not talking about them. I'm making a distinction, right? The target, which it should be, violent freaking criminals, which includes a trafficker as a violent criminal. But if you are going to people's work sites where they're working and rounding them up for work, like, them people ain't criminals. Criminals ain't going to work. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to use the same appeal to emotion that you did, Brad, against you. You ready? I'm doing this in a joking manner.
How do you know what those people are at Home Depot, what they're running? Because the ones that did get rounded up, you'd actually be surprised. Because guess what? They actually helped tip to finding out where these kids were. So that's where you're like, I'm sitting here laughing at this because those tips and those arrests are actually leading to further charges.
Exactly.
So
like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this in a joking manner. Remember, this administration is hiding sex traffickers because of the Epstein list. So the bleeding heart that the Republicans have about catching these sex traffickers and child traffickers are not applying the same logic when they're talking about their president and chief. Circular reasoning. Like, no one here would ever be in the defense of. Well, actually.
Okay, so let's talk you on the Epstein list. So let's talk about it. You had an administration that wanted to fucking use the RICO Act in Georgia that made.
Should we go back to Brad? They kicked me from the Israeli room. It's kind of funny. It's like I'm hated by everybody.
YouTube or anything like that, because that would be like.
That's up to you two. That'd be to be honest, I don't like gay anyway. Like I'd prefer like informally, like, but he's come here to talk to you about the thing.
Hey guy.
Even in your room, like, it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, I'm done to have like a more low key thing, like just talking about it.
Yeah. No, you know what it is? Generally I don't see competent sort of people have the discussion.
Ooh.
So I'll probably have to wait.
Yeah, me neither. It's usually like MFA.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're like usually bringing up these under determination.
This is true. Wait, where's Andrew? Oh fuck, look at him running. I wanna go. Look, framing! Framing hurts my feelings! It's so mean! So mean when you frame!
When I joined the high-end HBD Discord, I was like, yo, I need like a one-page document that just like has all the information, all the like, and they're like, oh yeah, we got you, bro. And they sent me, so I'm now like, I'm ready, boys.
He's armed with population genetics. What is the set, like, if you could boil down the thesis to like a single proposition? Okay, you ready? Here it is.
He was asking me.
Science, bitch.
I'm big on numbers. So
I wish you was big on your phone reception.
Now would be like a good time to have the burner account or the
Israel has been
anonymous.
killing Palestinians for decades upon decades. Whatever. And then, Hamas was created because of the killing of Palestinians by Israelis. So, oh well. I mean, I don't know what you said. It's so
I'm gonna try to
so
get a new
one-sided. It absolutely
burner account
was.
with no friends and in anonymous mode.
And what, Jews haven't been killing non-Jews? What are you talking about? Jihadists? Let's talk about what's happening in
Let's see if I
Israel
can get
and
Google
Palestine.
Voice
Let's
work.
be for
Google
real.
Voice never works.
Let's be for real. Even when freaking Spain didn't even want y'all asses there, the Muslims didn't even kick y'all out of freaking Andalus. Okay, let's be for real. Okay? Some people have actually shown a bit of mercy. Jews would not be worshiping in Jerusalem if it wasn't for the Treaty of Omar, which was a Muslim. Let's be for real. Y'all was getting persecuted by Christians and Persians. Be for real. Be for real. Go look at it. Jews used to get persecuted in Jerusalem. They couldn't worship anything. They couldn't worship their religion freely. They're only able to do that based on the Treaty of Omar. Muslims were a minority, but they took over Andalusia.
6612766.
Before the Reconquista. So,
Google
if they
voice
were a
number,
minority,
voicemail
but they
worked.
took it
Wow.
over. That's so what? And Jews and Muslims were not kicked out at the same time. Jews were definitely kicked out. Muslims were forced more south. Eventually.
I will set up a new
Just go and check out the, go and check out the
Using
history.
a Google voicemail number.
I'm not trying to be nobody's apologist, jihadist. Sometimes we're friends, sometimes we're well, what's happening right now? Let's be for real. So, come on, just stop with all of what you're talking about. Because, see, you guys brought up these points, and now I'm bringing up these points. Now all of a sudden, no, something's friends. Okay, so what are we talking about? We're talking, let's keep it on Israel and Palestine then. So, because then y'all don't have no nothing. Duh. Not by you guys, come on. Wow, jihadist is an idiot.
Okay, here we go, Chris. 355 35A. 355 35A. We're gonna call this account anonymous. Is that a good name? What should we think? What do you want to call it? Anonymous mode.
Palestinian people weren't created in 1970. It's crazy.
No, you didn't.
That is wild.
their currency from the 20s. Okay, since they were created in the 70s.
It's scary because, like, I just wonder, like, if I were, you know, Israeli, an Israeli citizen, would I be so brainwashed to, like, not see reality?
Listen, I understand it because, you know, there are quite a few Jewish people that, like, have absolutely spoke out and was like, listen, I definitely was brainwashed, especially when you have, like, a culture that, you remember it's like a requirement. They go back to Israel. They call it birthright. You know what I mean? Imagine you calling certain things like a trip back to this land. You know what I mean? Birthright. It's your birthright. Like imagine like the crap that they have have been things that have been drilled in their head for years upon years upon years. It's like it's like I see why. Like they're gonna literally brainwash the crap out of that. A lot of people have actually admitted to being brainwashed. They are. And look at this. You can literally shove so much crap in their face and show them. You know what I mean? That this is what happened. Palestinians were created in the 1970s. Huh?
Someone arguing.
Imagine how like that is so ridiculously inaccurate. It's so easy to just know that you can't even. It's like how could you even say something that's stupid?
Okay, we're in Amir's house now, in anonymous mode.
He asked my opinion, and I told him my opinion.
Thank you for the share. Appreciate it. I don't know, because if Russia joins and if any of these nations join, America would be finished. You know why? Because Russia has 4,400 warheads, Sapien.
So the secret is not to look at their profiles, otherwise they can see your profile. I fucked that up last time. So this time, remind myself. Never get interested in somebody and look at their fucking profile, because they will figure out how to speak. So we're going to create a new room. It's called Amir.
America does. And their equipment is cheaper than American equipment. So the defense system that Russia supplies, I looked into it, it was about 800 million. Versus America, the TAT system that they gave to Israel, it costed the taxpayers almost $1.2 billion, plus extra for training and a whole bunch of other shit to Israel. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
But what's the likelihood of Russia doing that though? Like they're not going to launch a bunch of nukes at America. That would be a suicide mission.
They don't have to launch nukes. I'm saying if they were to supply them weapons, including China.
And I'm going to take a photo of his room. It's going to trip him out. It's going to be a photo of the room.
Recent attack, India used the France airplane, the fighter jets, to attack Pakistan. And Pakistan used J-16 Chinese jets or whatever to shoot them down. You know what I'm saying? So their technology is a little bit behind. American technology and the France and European technology is kind of behind. And China can mass produce just like Russia can. So if they were to give them weapons, I think that would be the problematic for America.
But I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think
it's looking like it might turn into World War III. If it does, we're going to have a recession. And Iran will attack the oil reserves. That's gonna, the oil prices that we pay in America. What is it, like $4 right now? $4.50 per gallon in California. It's gonna go up to about $10, I think, or $8 per gallon.
Ooh, child. I'm gonna start walking then.
Just buy yourself an electric scooter. And even because of the tariffs, the prices are gonna go up on the electric scooters as well, because of the stupid tariffs that Trump has implemented. But you're a Kamala supporter. Point, he's a Kamala supporter. Sapien is a Kamala supporter.
Yes, I am.
Do you know Kamala? I think it's going to said yesterday it's because of the Gaza war. That's why Kamala did not win.
That's definitely why. That's definitely not why she didn't win.
Yeah, that's why. Point
It has to, like, literally, and this is going to sound so simplistic, but the Democrats lost because of the overly woke agenda, the overly politically correct language, the talking down to men. I mean, in their immigration policy, Americans back in the election, Palestine and what was going on wasn't a major factor in people's decision because most Americans are apathetic to what goes on in the Middle East. Of course, you have college students and some that are protesting or whatever, but the vast majority of Americans, it's not on the top of the list. So I definitely don't think Gaza is why Kamala lost.
I think because of Gaza, I think there's a big chance. I would have voted for Kamala even if she would have done like 5 days, 10 days ceasefire. It would have showed the pro-pallies all around America that she has the balls to do this.
Nicole, bite me. Sorry, this girl Nicole is talking shit in the chat.
So, that's the thing, and it did play a role, man, because who wants to kill babies?
Look what they got with Trump. Trump got elected, and then Israel was still killing babies.
I did not vote for Trump.
I know, but you have to look at the lesser of two evils. That's what presidential elections are. People don't like to acknowledge that.
Okay, how do you punish? Okay, let me ask you this: how would they have punished Kamala?
How would they have? What do you mean? Who?
Okay, Kamala, she was a vice president. You agree?
Yeah.
The top 4 positions, in the Congress, one of them is vice president above Secretary of State, right?
Uh-huh.
So she could have influenced.
This guy is streaming your room.
Who?
What's his name? That Dodge comedy guy must be the anonymous guy.
Must be the anonymous guy. Okay.
Remove him.
Got your ass, bitch. Can't do shit, bitch.
Clubhouse Plus.
Got your ass, bitch.
You know what, Amir, you're absolutely right, brother. I actually wanted to vote for Kamala Harris because the day before the election, one of my uncles called me. He said, "Listen, you gotta vote for Kamala. You have a health condition, and Democrats are better when it comes to the health law and stuff. Vote for Kamala Harris because Republicans and Trump might get rid of your health benefits, right?" Wallahi, bro, I kind of wish 8 months ago that I voted for Kamala Harris. I voted for third party. Literally, I voted for Joe Stein. When I look back, I would have definitely voted for Kamala Harris. But that Gaza thing just was you know what, I cannot vote for her because if I do, I am the one that's going to be responsible for the actions that she takes.
Well, you're responsible for what's happened ever since Trump got elected. Congratulations.
I did not vote for Trump,
you essentially did.
Why are you screaming?
I voted for third party. You essentially
I'm not screaming.
You essentially helped Trump get elected.
Screaming.
That's what. This is why I don't like this whole vote third party thing is so stupid.
I agree with you, bro. Next year we have an election in Michigan. I'm voting for the Democratic candidate. They haven't declared it yet, but I'm definitely voting for Democrat. Also, Detroit might have a new mayor. If it's Democrat or whatever, I'm voting for Democrat too, bro. No more. I've never voted for a Republican. My father, ever since he moved here, bro, he has voted for every single Republican candidate. I don't think he voted in this election. I'm not 100% sure. But he has voted
I got
for
an
every
anonymous
president
account.
starting
I'm
from
fucking
Al Gore.
with them. I just can't take it
Like
anymore.
vice president.
And they know I'm live streaming the room. So I'm gonna just disrupt the communications for the next couple days and record and document this piece of shit.
Yeah,
Supposed blind account starting a multi-million-dollar nonprofit.
Is perfect.
Fucking piece of shit.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
We're not talking about shit as usual.
Most of the stuff, bro, I lean towards Democrat. My only issue is, if I'm being honest with you, it's the whole trans stuff, bro. That's a little bit too crazy.
That's what I'm saying, exactly, and that's what I was telling Amir. He was saying that Gaza is the reason why Kamala lost, and I'm like, no, Kamala lost because of all the woke shit. That's why. Honestly,
That's what Point is saying. That's what Point.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm just saying that the woke stuff is why she lost, not because of.
Tomorrow is
Gaza.
the parade and the birthday of President Trump, and many American Republicans who are in the military, retired military, police, and many construction workers are coming to that parade because they say they're not giving up.
Interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
Finish. What's wrong? Are you hyperactive? Are you ADHD? What's wrong with you? I'm talking.
I have ADHD, yes.
I could tell, so mute your mic and shut the fuck up. So many of them are coming out to say, restore order with the Supreme Court. We're not allowing democracy to go down the tubes. Because Trump did another taco thing by saying, oh, we shouldn't deport farm workers and hotel workers, and he's stupid. You shouldn't do the construction workers, etc., etc. Many industries are suffering. That's number one. The second thing I wanted to mention, so you guys can get back to fighting for the mic. Iran has struck Israel. And guess what? Just like Trump knew Israel was going to strike, because remember, he said, yeah, I knew. He did nothing. So Putin knew about Iran, and he did nothing. Now, how does that stack up?
Fuck Iran.
Yeah, do you see what's happening here?
Fuck up.
What happened? Are you a little upset?
Oh, yeah, he's tight. Can I finish? There's no food in Tel Aviv.
Yeah, you can finish. There's plenty of food in Tel Aviv. What are you talking about? There's no food in Tel Aviv. What the fuck are you talking about?
They're fucking each other in the butt in the bunker. In the bunker, in the butt. In the bunker, in the butt.
Nobody's fucking anybody in the butt.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's bunker buddies. Bunker buddies.
When I'm hungry, I don't want to fuck. So how are they fucking when they're?
Well, why don't you go?
They're not hungry. They're not hungry. What the fuck are you talking about?
Calm down.
You sound upset, my friend.
We're gonna go back to the topic. Go and
I'm
finish what
offended
you're
by
gonna
your
say.
stupidity.
Hold on, Zach, calm down. The Point, are you done? Point, are you done? Point, are you finished?
Point, are you dumb? Are you dumb, Point?
No, man. Why are you gay, Zach? Why are you gay?
You can't even do a fucking accent.
Every time somebody talks about, fucking gay, whatever, same gender, you always fucking come up the mic. Anyways, this shows a lot of support is coming from your side.
Anyways, would you say that you're aligned with Iran? Do you think that Israel should take it easy on Iran?
Israel should not have done this, attack in the first place. So, Israel is responsible for this. It's a self-inflicted attack. If,
you wouldn't say that Iran has been attacking Israel for years by their financial support for Hamas and Hezbollah?
No.
Who
was,
do you not think?
Hold on, Zach, one point at a time. You can't fucking go on a long monologue. You said Hezbollah did the attack. I want to clarify this.
I didn't go on a monologue. I'm just asking questions.
Hold on. Hezbollah was created in 1982 to fight the Israelis, by the way. They occupied Lebanon. You should look into it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Do I call these rooms G?
Oh, he's recording the room. He's recording us.
Okay, but who's funding Hezbollah?
Some funding they get it from Iran, some funding from their own local government. They have a lot of their own.
So they get their funding from Iran.
Some.
So Iran is basically. So what about Hamas? Where do they get their funding from?
Hamas, they get funding from all over the place. People send money. Netanyahu funded Hamas.
Does Hamas get any funding from?
Do you want it? Do you want the testimony? No, they got funded from Netanyahu.
What about the Houthis? Do you think the Houthis get money from Iran?
Houthis, they actually build their own hypersonic missiles. They did learn from Iran.
What did they build them out of? What did they build them out of?
They have their own manufacturing facility where they build it.
So you don't think
even Hamas?
Do you think that Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon if they've been saying for years that as soon as they have a nuclear weapon, they're going to destroy Israel? Do you think that's appropriate? Are you done, Lemire?
Why are you shouting? Dang, motherfucker, shut up. Holy fucking smokes.
Is it Sam? Sam, come on up. Are you
just going to ignore my question?
Hang on a second.
Stop shouting, bro. You're making my ears hurt. Damn.
I'm not shouting.
Yes, you are, bro. You're making my ears hurt.
Hey, what's up, Royal? Looks like that idiot, what's his name, is recording my room. What's his idiot's name?
The comedy guy?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think.
What do you mean? Why don't you just boot him out?
We can't. He's anonymous.
He's anonymous.
Oh, that sucks for you.
Actually, what did you say, Royal?
Why do you have a problem with your room being recorded? Why does that bother you that your room is recorded? Why does that bother you?
Okay, let's see this account. Block that account, all the mods, and then you can start your room over.
He has like 100 of these accounts.
He's got the
Wait. Who should I block?
That's your buddy, Zach. You know who that guy is, right? What's his name?
Wait, who should I block?
Hold on, I'll
who should I block?
You talking about Edmund, Zach?
Oh, who should I? Okay, but how do we block?
You can.
Oh, you can't. Oh, another win for Edmund.
Yeah, he's a lowlife. But
he's not fucking. At least he's not a 72-year-old fucking incel who's obsessed with hating the Jews and supporting the bloodthirsty genocide of the Jewish people.
Oh my God.
At least he knows. Hold on. At least he knows what a vagina looks like.
I know what your mother's vagina looks like.
You know, that's a difference between you and
I
that
love
person.
how every time I start to make some logical points.
This is like this dude's funny.
You go back to how I can't look at the vagina. You're a stupid, low-life, garbage. All of you guys are gonna get hit with a fucking airstrike.
Yeah. I hope your relatives are gonna be
How would it feel if you got hit with an airstrike and went...
Hold on a second, Zach, did you open the door for that person with the vagina, or did they open the door?
Why are you trolling me about my sex life, you hateful piece of shit?
Was it a vagina or was it a dick? What was it?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know why you're talking about
Was it a vagina?
Do you know
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you're gonna be blown apart in an airstrike and you're gonna go to hell when you die.
So, hold on a second.
Yeah.
So, hold on, Minister, please hang on, please. So, yeah, please mute up respectfully. So, if you didn't know what a vagina looks like,
I don't know why you're asking me about a vagina, you fucking faggot. Stop talking to me about penises and vaginas. That has nothing to do with the conversation. Why are you talking to me about sex? You're a dirty old man. You're a fucking weirdo. I'm not going to respond to that anymore. You're not allowed to talk to me about penises and vaginas. We're talking about the war with Iran and your penises and vaginas. You're a fucking weirdo.
Can somebody mute him?
You're making yourself look weird.
Zach, if you
say something else about vaginas, Amir.
Okay.
Oh, say something else about vagina.
Hold on. If you didn't know what a dick and a penis, a vagina looks like, then how do you know I'm a Jew hater? That's my question.
Vagina.
How do you know I'm a Jew hater?
Can you stop?
Vagina.
Listen.
Vagina.
Penis and
vagina. Penis. Penis and vagina.
Zach, you're the one we had a problem. We had a question mark. You didn't know it was a vagina or a penis.
You want a vagina?
I think, and then you have the balls to come up here and call me a Jew hater. I'm not a Jew hater. I have a problem with Zionism. I have a problem with Zionism. You're gonna go to hell and get. So this is the problem with Zionists.
You're gonna get fucked in your vagina. Satan's gonna fuck you when you die. You're gonna get fucked in your vagina. You're gonna get fucked inside of your vagina.
No, bro. He's crashing
Somebody's gonna fuck you in your vagina.
No, bro.
Yep, Zion, that's what happens with Zach. Zach didn't know about vagina and penis, and then he
I
comes
don't
up
know
here
why
and
you're
wants
talking to me about vagina and penis. You're a fucking weird old man. You're a 72-year-old man. You're on a chat room app. You have a room open about the war in Israel, but because you cannot hang with me intellectually, because I'm smarter than you, and I'm better at debate than you, because I make better arguments than you, because I'm a better listener than you, and I'm a better communicator than you, and I know how to read, and you don't know how to read, so you try to talk to me about vagina. Why don't you go rub your vagina, Wednesday? Go put your hand inside your vagina. Why don't you do that again? Rub your vagina.
You want to smell
Go ahead and rub your vagina. Go rub your vagina. And Amir, you can play with your penis. You guys can play with your penises and your vaginas.
You're a weirdo, bro.
We're going to be taking over the Middle East. We're going to be establishing democracy in the Middle East while you play with your dirty little vagina. Your dusty little fucking...
Zach, why are you
fucking dry-ass vagina?
You think vaginas are
your little bent, ugly little bent wiener. Your fucking curry-soaked, fucking crusty-ass, crabby fucking skin wiener. Your fucking ugly little wiener and your dirty vagina. That's all you guys want to talk about. You don't want to talk about. You don't want to talk about the war with Israel. You don't want to talk about the war with Iran.
I wanna apologize to Vivi.
You don't actually care about Palestinians. All you want to talk about is me and my experience.
I wanna apologize to Vivi. Vivi, I apologize for crashing out earlier. I know you came really hard, and I do allow.